Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Disney Store and Disney Parks exclusive Frozen Princess Anna and Queen Elsa dolls. I just purchased these two lovely dolls at World of Disney, located at Downtown Disney at the Disneyland Resort, and was truly pleased to come upon them because I wasn't expecting them. As far as I had known, these had been unavailable for some time in both the Disney Store and the Disney Parks. So I was quite excited to find them. As far as the packaging goes, as you can see, you basically get a window box for the two dolls with a background insert featuring Arendelle. And then, of course, an image of the two characters on the bottom right. Here's a look at the back of the packaging for you. It appears that both of these are the same, which is a bit simple but rather lovely looking. And then, of course, the price tags in at the bottom. Disney Parks, $19.95 a piece. Here's a side view of the two dolls and then the other side. Now, due to the nature of this sort of packaging, while it looks really nice, the plastic is quite thin, and depending on the particular sample you pick up, you can't really position the doll straightly. On my two dolls, this is mostly apparent on Queen Elsa. The packaging is just kind of flimsy in a way that it causes the dolls to look lopsided. Now, if you're going to take them out of the packaging, of course, this is not an issue. But someone like me who prefers to keep dolls in their packaging, might find it a bit annoying. It's not too big of a deal, as it doesn't really detract a whole lot from how lovely these items are, but it is a bit of a nuisance. In particular, what seems to be causing this issue is that the cardboard is kind of jutting out just a little bit, and the tape that is used as an overlap to cover, there's quite a few of these along the boxes. It's just that the cardboard's kind of protruding, so it doesn't allow it to seal down onto the surface completely flat. I'm sure I could cut it open and fix that to some degree, but that's probably not something I'm going to want to do. There were quite a few of these dolls on the shelves, but it just so happens that the doll that I grabbed, happened to have that. And I noticed packaging issues similar to that on many of the other dolls that were on hand at the store. And they had quite a few, but, I went with the two that I thought had the best overall paint jobs on the faces. So when it comes to collectibles, it's always hard to get something that's 100% perfect, whether it be the item and or the packaging, but, pros and cons. So Princess Anna is really quite lovely. Her eyes are painted very nicely. The face, the freckles, the lips, very, very nicely well done. When you move on to her hair, it looks pretty nice. You can see the silver streak in her hair. She has these little, they look like metal buttons there on her collar. And then the embroidery on her costume is truly quite lovely. I really like the colors, nice vibrant color to her cape, which kind of looks like just a cloth cape. It has kind of a felt look to it, but I think it's just cloth. The bodice of her dress is very pretty. There's a little bit of glitter there, and then the bottom part of her dress is really nice too. It's a royal blue with a really cute design element there at the bottom. Now for her shoes, it looks like she's wearing boots as she was wearing when she went out searching for her sister. And this doll also has gloves on both of her hands, which is a nice touch. Queen Elsa is just equally as lovely. Her hair is a bit messy looking, which does match the animation, as her hair was a little bit shorter on top. It looks like she has her bangs swept back, and her braid is quite lovely. It's very long. And it looks like it's held in place by a plastic band. And the rest of her face is really nicely done. I really like the paint on her eyes. They're really quite striking. Her lips are quite lovely too. They're kind of like, it's kind of like a deep mauve kind of coloring. And her complexion is very pale. And there's a hint of blush on her cheeks. And just truly nicely done. I think she looks very, very nice, and she really, to me, she closely matches the animation from the film. Now, her dress is essentially a replication of what she wore in the film. It's a long blue glittery dress with sheer elements on her arms and at the neckline. Again, there's a lot of glitter here to give it that sparkly effect. And there's also a pattern at the bottom of snowflakes. And, that too is really pretty. We can't see her shoes because they're covered by the dress. But from what I've seen online, they're basically the heels that she wore in the film. Now, for comparison's sake, this is the Target exclusive Disney Frozen 2-pack. These dolls are actually made by Mattel, unlike the ones that we are reviewing today, which are made by Disney. While these dolls themselves are also quite lovely, they're just not quite as nice to me as the Disney Store versions. The faces are pretty cutesy, but they just don't match the animation the way that the other dolls do. I like their dresses, and the crowns that they're wearing are a nice touch, as is the necklace on Anna. But they just don't look quite right. Not to mention the hair on both characters isn't accurate either. Anna's braids are way too thick, and Elsa's isn't as messy looking as the Disney Store doll. And there you go. You can judge for yourself. I strongly believe that the Disney Store versions much more closely match their movie counterparts versus the Mattel versions there in the center. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. These are the Disney Store and Disney Parks exclusive Queen Elsa and Princess Anna dolls from the film Frozen. As someone who absolutely found Frozen to be a very relatable film, I absolutely loved the movie. And having both of these characters in this very lovely doll form makes me very happy. Well, I do have a few qualms with the packaging. I think all things considered, it's acceptable. Most kids are probably going to just take these out of the packaging and discard it. Us collectors, of course, are going to probably keep them in there, put them on a shelf, and notice the shortcomings of the packaging. But what's really important here, I think, is the quality of the two dolls. Disney did an astounding job replicating both of these characters to match their appearance in the film. Sculpt work on both of the dolls, their makeup, paint work, the hair on both of them. And once again, the outfits are very lovely. If you're a fan of Frozen, or if you have an appreciation for very lovely dolls based on the Disney princesses, these are two you are certainly going to want to have in your collection. As always, thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.